Hey guys, so today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 of my spring beauty must-haves. You know, when the weather gets warmer, I feel like my priorities, my focus when it comes to beauty products shifts a little bit, and you know, basically more of my skin is going to be showing, so I got to take care of that. So anyway, I'm going to be sharing with you five things that I am definitely going to be like focusing in on a little bit more. And I did want to start with some perfume, and I wanted to talk about some of my favorite Harmonist perfumes. And this video is being sponsored by The Harmonist. The Harmonist is a perfume house, and I have been falling like deeper and deeper in love with this brand. Every single time I try another fragrance of theirs, I just love it even more than the previous one. So I do have quite a few to share with you. I'll try and get through them quickly, but I do have quite a few to share with you. So why don't I go ahead and start with Moon Glory. So Moon Glory comes in this beautiful silver finished bottle, and all of the Harmonist perfume bottles come shaped like this, just so beautiful and actually easy to hold in your hand. And so the Moon Glory perfume is actually part of the Pkwy collection. There is a Sun Force perfume, which is lovely as well, and then there's this Moon Glory one. And I love this Moon Glory fragrance because there's like a sweetness to it. There's definitely like, I feel like a white flower kind of essence to it, but there's a richness too. And I think that's what makes the Harmonist perfumes so beautiful. They like are layered really, really evenly. I feel like these are some of the perfumes that when you apply them, they shift a little bit. You know how some perfumes can smell completely different in the morning than they do at the end of the day? There isn't that much of a change with the Harmonist perfumes. They're very, very consistent, and I really appreciate that about them. And I feel like all of the layering is very, very even. I feel like I smell all the notes together, and they really, I mean, the Harmonist is such a great, I'm just thinking about this now, the Harmonist is such a great name for this company because all of the notes are really like in harmony with one another. I don't feel like one is too overpowering. I don't feel like one lingers longer than the others. They really play off of one another really, really beautifully. So this Moon Glory one, let me just let you know, the top notes are jasmine, lang lang, and lychee. So you have that kind of like bright, light sweetness to it. And then the heart notes are Queen of the Night, passion flower, and organic honey. And that honey is like a little bit of a heavier sweetness, and it just gives like a little bit of weight to those top notes. And then the base notes are hinoki wood, balsam, and sandalwood. And everything just works beautifully together in this one. So I have been loving this one, especially for spring. Of course, you know, perfumes obviously are so personal and you can wear them springtime, day, night, like whenever, when you're traveling, when you're home, whatever it is. But there are definitely some fragrances for me that kind of speak a little bit more spring, summer versus fall, winter. And this is definitely one of them. I think because it does have like a nice, like light sweetness to it. So that is Moon Glory. The next fragrance is probably the newest one that I have from the Harmonist, and this is Sacred Water. So the Harmonist has 2 collections, the Yin and the Yang collection, and the Yang collection comes in these white bottles, and they are, I guess you could say, a little bit more typically masculine, although I feel like a lot of their fragrances are pretty much unisex. And when I first sprayed this one, it actually reminded me of Coca-Cola. And if you guys have watched any of my previous perfume collection videos, or when I talk about scents, or just even, you know, seltzer water that I like, because I love Coke, but I don't drink it anymore, I am really, really fixated on like finding things that smell like Coke or give me like a Coca-Cola essence. And this, just slightly, it smells like watered down Coke. Like if you've had Coke in a glass with like ice cubes and it's melted, you know, you've been sitting outside or something, it has that kind of smell to it. So let me just tell you what the notes are. So the top note is peppermint, iodine notes, and aldehydes. The middle notes are seaweed, marine notes, and algae. And then the base notes are cedar, gray amber, and ozonic accord. I don't know how all of those things in my head kind of equal Coca-Cola, but they do. They do in this really, really weird way. Anyway, I love this one. I've been wearing this nonstop. And like I said, this is the newest one to my collection. So I've been wearing this ever since I got it. And much like what I was saying when I was talking about the Moon Glory, all of these notes, like you can smell all of the notes kind of all together. Like, yep, I smell a little bit of the peppermint. I smell a little bit of this like cedar, like every note kind of pops out at you every time you take another whiff, like you kind of smell another one. They just all play off of one another beautifully. And I'm really, really loving this Sacred Water. I can't stop sniffing it. And then the last two scents that I want to talk about are from the Yin collection. So these come in their black bottles. And Guiding Water, I think I just mentioned this in another video, but Guiding Water is such a beautiful spring summer fragrance because it smells like spring showers. I really don't know how they bottled the smell of humidity of water, but they did somehow, and it really is so, so special. And this definitely has a lightness to it. There's definitely a little bit of sweetness to it. So I do like this for the warmer months. I think I will like this more for the warmer months than for the fall winter months. But it's so amazing. It smells like a fancy spa, like locker room. That probably doesn't sound right, but you know when you walk into like a really fancy spa and you go towards a locker room and you start to change and like the showers are down the hall or whatever, and it has this beautiful scent, but there's this humidity in the air because the showers are there. The hot tub is probably down the hallway. There's this like level of moisture in the air and it just has like a certain smell to it. It's like the exact opposite of crisp, and there's something so sexy about it. Oh, I really love it. Let me find the notes of this for you. So the top notes are watermelon, aquatic notes, and ozonic accord. The middle notes are lotus flower, jasmine, and cyclamen. And then the base notes are the lees flower, the lily, pink peppercorn, and white musks. And it just smells so amazing. It smells like a fancy spa locker room. It smells like spring showers, like if you go to a tropical island and you're sitting outside to eat, but it's raining out. Oh yeah, this is amazing. This is perfect, perfect for the springtime. So that is Guiding Water. And then the last one I want to talk about is actually the first fragrance of theirs that I just fell in love with. And I had it in a candle first, and then I got the perfume. So this is Hypnotizing Fire. This I would definitely say is not a typical spring summer fragrance, at least not for me, because it is deeper. There's almost like this like wood smoke essence to it. So it really does lend itself to being a candle, but as a perfume, it is, wow. I'm telling you, if you're going on a date, like your third date, this is like third date perfume. It is so evocative. It's so enticing. It's so, so sexy without being too heady or overpowering. There's a subtlety to it. It's very, very mysterious. So the top notes are pepper tree, cloves, and pimento. The middle notes are Bulgarian rose, patchouli, and praline. And then the base notes are vanilla, benzoin, and apopanox. It has that kind of like gourmand, sweet, like vanilla kind of feeling to it. The praline in there you can definitely smell. And then like the rose and the pepper tree, it's just this like kind of like cherry on top, like just sort of like a punctuation to this fragrance. So again, I wouldn't say that this is for me like a typical spring summer kind of fragrance because it is a little bit deeper and more mysterious, a little darker, but I would definitely wear this at any time if I just wanted to feel just a little sexier. So I really love Hypnotizing Fire. And I did want to mention that the Harmonist also does have candles. So Hypnotizing Fire, I've been burning quite a bit. And because it kind of does smell like wood smoke, it really does lend itself to being a candle. Really, really love this. And then I did just get the Guiding Water candle. And it's so, so nice because it's lighter and it's fresher. And again, it has that like, that moisture feeling. And it's so nice, like if you're sitting outside eating in the summertime, in the springtime, maybe it's like a breakfast, maybe a brunch, there's still a little bit of like dew on the grass. Oh, this is so beautiful. Like just set this out on your table. Oh, absolutely loving the Harmonist fragrances. It really is like every single time I get a new one, I'm like, oh, this is it. This is my favorite, but I am really loving them all. So I highly recommend maybe getting like one of those sampler kits because wow, like one just outdoes the other. They're all so, so beautiful. So a big thank you to Harmonist for sponsoring this video. You guys know I'm such a big fan of theirs and I'm so happy to be working with them. All right, my next spring beauty must have is SelfTanner. I'm incredibly pale and I'm not someone that self-tans all the time. I don't always have a tan on me. But man, sometimes I'm just like, wow, I am really, really pale. I could use a little bit of color. So there are two that I want to show you that I've been using, you know, on and off for the past year, I want to say, that I really enjoy. The first is the Sisley. So Sisley has a body one and a face one. The face one is basically just more concentrated than the body one. And this will give you just a very natural, light kind of tan. Nothing too crazy, nothing too deep. And it's really nice for me because I don't have like this huge array of foundation shades. So it's not like when I put this on, I feel like, oh my God, none of my foundations match. It's very, very subtle, but it gives me just enough, just enough so that I don't look like I've been living underwater. So I really love these, and I really love the texture of these because they go on like lotion, and it's not like one of those self-tanners where I feel like, you know, I have to stand there for like 2 hours and then like rinse it off or stand there until it dries and then I can put clothing on. It's not like that at all. It's very much just like lotion. You put it on and then, you know, maybe by the end of the day, I will see like quite a difference, especially like around my feet, around my wrists or whatever, I will see the difference. So those are the Sisley ones. And the other one that I wanted to mention is definitely will give me a deeper tan. It's a little bit more serious, if you will. So that's the Saint-Tropez Bronzing Gel. This is the 1 hour hydrating tan. So you can leave it on for a darker kind of appearance. This is not quite as like a seamless formula as the Sisley, where I feel like I'm just putting on lotion and then I can get dressed. This, I feel like I definitely, there's like a little bit of stickiness and I have to kind of hang out for a little bit. I could definitely put like a robe on or something or some loose clothing. It's nothing that crazy, but I do feel like even for someone as pale as me, I do have to put it on for at least like 2 hours. The 1 hour light is a little bit too light. But I really like the glow that the Saint-Tropez gives. It just works really well with my complexion. You know, I think we all know like self-tanners, they all have like kind of a different undertone. And I tried other ones that have more of like an orange undertone or almost like a peachy undertone. And that just doesn't look that natural on my skin tone. This one is, it's warm, but not an orange warm. It's a little bit more olivey, I guess you could say. So I don't know, to my eye, I just feel like it looks a little bit more natural. So I just wanted to mention that. So that's the Saint-Tropez Self-Tan Express 1 hour hydrating tan bronzing gel. And I definitely recommend getting one of these mitts. I feel like it is all about the mitt. Like when applying a self-tanner, like you really want to get in there. You really want to massage the product in. If you just kind of like lay it on and you think it looks even, it's not. It is not even. It's going to look streaky. You really want to massage it into your skin. I've learned that the hard way, especially around like your elbows and your knees, your ankles and your wrists. Like you really want to make sure you're like getting any excess off and you're really kind of blending it in. So I really recommend just getting one of these tanning mitts. This is a Saint-Tropez one. The Sisley one actually comes with a mitt, I think. Can't remember if this came with it. If not, I would definitely pick it up. So that is Self-Tanner, my number 2 spring beauty must-have. And speaking of tanning, I did want to mention SPF. That is another thing that I know you should wear all year round, and I try and remember to, but when the sun is as strong as it is here in the spring, summertime, it's something that it's like I can't ignore. I can't ignore, and it definitely becomes much more of a focus of mine. So I've been talking a lot about this Dr. Dennis Gross All Physical Lightweight Wrinkle Defense. It has an SPF 30 and it's all physical sunscreen. It's oil-free, and I really enjoy this one, but I did want to mention another physical sunscreen that I have long been a fan of, and that is the Kypris Pot of Shade Heliotropic SPF 30. So it does have zinc oxide as its physical sunscreen, and same with the Dr. Dennis Gross. So they both have zinc oxide. So it comes in a pot. I believe there's 2 sizes. This is the bigger one. And this just has a really beautiful, like lightweight, creamy kind of texture. And Kypris is a 100% organic brand based here in the US, and their products are just so impeccable. It goes on so smoothly, and there is a little bit of a white cast because it is a physical sunscreen, but it does set down really, really nicely. And much like the Dr. Dennis Gross sunscreen, there is a little bit of that physical sunscreen radiance to it, but it doesn't get crazy. It doesn't get like really, really greasy looking or feeling like a lot of physical sunscreens do. So that's pretty much why I love these two, because they just kind of stay consistent in their texture and their appearance. And I've been enjoying this particular SPF for at least 3 years now. It's done me really well. So I just wanted to mention those SPFs. And I just finished up a chemical sunscreen, and I threw out the bottle. I meant to keep it for this video and I threw it out of habit, but I'll flash a picture of it up here. So it's the Revive, I can't remember the name, but it has an SPF 50 and it does use chemical sunscreen. So it's not a physical sunscreen, and I'll just kind of go back and forth between the two. I won't kind of stick to just one. Chemical sunscreens, I do feel like sit on my skin just a lot better than physical sunscreens, just in general. And this Revive was just beautiful. I mean, it just went on like a moisturizer, like any kind of luxury kind of moisturizer. And if I did feel like my skin was, you know, a little bit oily, or if I was going to be out in the sun or doing a lot of physical work or something, I would forego moisturizer and just use this Revive SPF 50 as my facial moisturizer. And it was great. It never like clogged my pores. It never interfered with makeup. It was really wonderful. The texture is just absolutely wonderful. So I wanted to mention those SPFs, and SPF is definitely for me a spring beauty must-have. Again, it should be a must-have all year round, but for me it really becomes a focus now that the sun is so bright here in Las Vegas. And because a lot more skin is showing when the weather gets warmer, I always kind of go into high gear when it comes to like body scrubs and body butters and things like that. It's funny, in the winter, I feel like my skin needs it more, but I use it less just because I'm lazy and I'm like, whatever, I have pants on. But in the summertime, I use a body scrub almost every single day because, you know, I probably have a dress on or shorts on, or who knows, you know, I just want to be prepared. So there's two body scrubs that I have been really, really loving. The Suzanne Kaufmann body scrub, I've been talking about this a lot. This has a really light, fluffy, moussey texture, and the grits in there are really fine, so you don't feel like you're cutting up your skin at all. Really, really fine. And the scent for all of these Suzanne Kaufmann products are so good. They're so light and fresh. Oh, they're just so like perfect for body care. So that body scrub I've been loving. And then the Osea Salts of the Earth body scrub. I actually just got this in PR. Thank you so much to Osea. This is absolutely incredible. And it says that it's a mineral-rich blend of Dead Sea, Bolivian rose, and Himalayan pink salts. Hydrating shea butter leaves skin silky smooth with babassu and avocado oils plump and firm. I think that's what's so special about this one. Like, nourishes your skin as you're scrubbing. The scrubbing bits in here are a little bit more coarse than the ones in the Suzanne Kaufmann. I don't really mind. My skin, especially on my legs, is like an inch thick. So it's fine if I'm like really getting in there. But there's something really intoxicating about using the Osea products. So I wanted to mention this one and the other Osea product that I have been really enjoying. Again, I just got these products, is their Undaria algae body oil. So body oils for me generally are too heavy unless I use them while my skin is still damp, and you know, it mixes it in with the water and then it kind of locks in the moisture. But I often forget to do anything while I'm still damp. I usually just reach for my towel and I start drying off. And so a lot of my body oils in the past have gone ignored, unfortunately. But this body oil, I was like, let me just put it on while my skin is dry. It's great. It's rich enough to use with water, but you can also use it like on dry skin, and it's not too oily because I really don't like slimy skin, and it's great. In fact, I'm just gonna put some on right now. So it just has a really, really lovely texture. It absorbs quickly into the skin, and I love that I can use this on dry skin and it doesn't feel, you know, too oily. It also has a really fresh scent, almost citrusy. It's so fresh. It's so great for the spring, summer. So I've been loving this body oil. It's so good. And you don't need a lot of it. In fact, if I didn't have sleeves, I would just be running it all up and down my arms. It's wonderful. So I've been loving the Osea products, and I've been loving the Suzanne Kaufmann. I did also want to just mention Suzanne Kaufmann's body butter. a great moisturizer. This product is very, very thick and rich, but it doesn't sit on the skin either. I'm not a fan of body moisturizers that kind of sit on my skin. It just cramps my style. So these are the body products I've been loving. And like I said, the usage of these products just gets turned up in the spring, summertime. So that is number 4 on my list, body care. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, a spring beauty must-have for me is bright lips. I love bright lips. I love a coral lip. So I wanted to present a few options to you. So this is the Hermes limited edition number 52. Yeah, number 52. It's a satin finish. I believe it's pronounced coral. I don't know. It's coral, but I think it's in French. Coral Aqua. And I love this color. I love this color. To me, this just screams spring, summer. And I don't think there's anything more beautiful than this lip color on like bronzed skin. Bronze skin with like a hint of gold shimmer. And then this, oh yes, yes. This color to me is just so absolutely perfect for the spring, summertime. I would definitely wear this all year round. In fact, I find this color also to be very festive during the holiday season, but there's something about this orange undertone, like coral kind of lip color that is, oh, it's so spring, summer. So this is one that I wanted to show you. I did just talk about this Tower 28 lip gloss in Fire in my Sephora VIB sale recommendations. So this one is a good one. It's a lip gloss, so it just doesn't look quite as orange on the lips as it does in the tube. And then last but not least, I'm just gonna cut it here because you guys can imagine how many reddish orange lip products I have in my collection. But this from Sisley, this is the Fito Lip Twist in number 7. This is such a beautiful summertime shade as well. And this has, you know, quite enough pigment in there, but it's, you know, again, a little bit less than these cream lipsticks. So that is it for my spring beauty must-haves. A big thank you to The Harmonist again for sponsoring this video. And let me know what you guys think down below in the comments section. If you have any questions, let me know, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.